So it is currently Chinese New Year. It's February 17th, and I feel like for the past week I have been through a lot mentally and emotionally, and it's really just, I feel like day to day, like when I'm at work and stuff like that, like I can't talk about that kind of stuff. I am like super quiet at work. Like I won't say a word, and I'll be in my head all day mentally. And I feel strongly like breaking free out of that environment. You know what I mean? Like I just don't feel aligned anymore. Like I'm capable of doing what I need to do and performing like the work that needs to be done and executing perfectly fine, no problem. And I feel like a lot of people want to be that way because a lot of people, when they're at work, they operate in this mindset of like, I can't stay away from the drama, I can't stay away from like certain coworkers, I can't, they get like pulled in like a tide. Like it's like being at the ocean and like being like too, like the waves just being too strong and them just like sucking you in. I feel the opposite, but I feel the same in a certain way. Like I feel like no, it doesn't affect me in that like I get involved, but like, and that's like a byproduct, right? Just like working somewhere, especially if you work at an office. But I feel like, and this is not me talking down at offices. This is not me like shitting on like a 9 to 5 or like anything like that. Not in any way. I'm talking about energetic stuff. So it's like working somewhere where you feel you're in your mind all day long, that it's not even allowing you to connect with people even though you're in a social environment. And that happens to me. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if other people feel the same way I do. Like I've seen like the posts online where people are like, oh, if you just like clock in and do your work and like not talk to people and just, you just want to do your stuff, you just want to get your paycheck and get out of there. That's like totally valid. You know what I mean? That's totally valid. And I feel like for a lot of people, like that's just the way to go. That's just how life is, and people live their life according to how much PTO they have, what days off they have, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. But for like people who are feeling like your soul is urging you, your soul is calling you to do something more creative, to do something where you feel more alive, where the day to day feels more like integral in your nature, like just wanting to do something that doesn't feel like you're just doing an like a like a math problem, and then it's like coming home and then it's like, okay, I did all of the functions that I needed to do during the day, like shouldn't something good happen? That is where I think I sort of have been at, you know what I mean? For a long time I've tried to like talk in a way that's like indirect, but honestly that's how I've been feeling for a long time. It's like I'm performing the functions, but the things are not happening the way that I want them to. And I feel like for this past week, I've been thinking a lot about how I can start rewiring all those missing components of my life. Not necessarily missing, but where I've been. See, I'm thinking in functions, like where I'm functioning in a way where like I'm thinking like, okay, when I get off work, like what is it that feels rewarding, you know what I mean? Or am I just doing like day in day out the same functions, and it's kind of like I'm waiting for something to give. And it's like if you find yourself like in this like limbo state of like waiting for something to give and it's just not happening, like what is it that you need to do, and a part of me feels like, wow, well, a lot of people are already doing a lot of like other things to make their life more fulfilling, to make the best out of their time. And I've tried the social stuff. That does not work for me. I can't go out like on a regular Wednesday and just like go out with a group and like hang out and stuff like that and like drink or whatever. I'm not shitting on that, by the way. Like, I'm just saying that it's like, it's not my cup of tea, you know? It has to be something completely different. And I don't know. I feel like I've just been journaling lately and I've been meeting people, and instead of taking everything personally, their projections personally, I've been trying to take in the projection and then detaching myself from it because it's what I do best, and thinking, okay, what archetype does this person represent in my life right now? What is it that they're trying to show me? What is it that they're trying to teach me? And instead of getting upset or getting overly excited or attaching myself to this person, I think like, okay, like this person is trying to teach me this, and there's a quality in them that I want, you know, whether it's freedom, spontaneity, um, leadership, power, happiness, um, success, or anything. And for me, I don't feel envy, you know. A lot of people feel envy. That's normal. Envy is just something that is trying to show you like you can have that. Like, what do you need to do in order to stop judging that person and projecting upon them and get what you want because you can have it. For me, it's more like I see people coming in to my life and I'm like okay with them, like on a very easy breezy level. And when it becomes too serious, where it's like a relationship where they want to be a friendship with me, or if they want to be romantic with me, I start seeing them as a challenge, not like someone I need to compete with, because then like I'm straight. So like men will think like, oh, like you want to compete? Like, no, I don't want to compete. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I see you as a challenge to the goals that I have that I want to achieve in my life, you know? And it's like, it's a dilemma between looking to see what goals I actually want in my life, what I have in my life, what I'm already doing to reach those goals. And they are there to show me, like, look, you say that you have these goals, you say that you want to reach all of these things in your life, but here you are, like entertaining and putting your action, my energy, my life source into people, places, and things that really don't align with what I want to do in life. You know what I mean? Like, they are just not like, why would I go out to a bar when actually I should be working towards the goal that I want, you know? For me, I'll just be transparent with you guys because I tried to be very low key about everything, but that's just not working anymore, you know? Like, I want to start studying for the LSAT, and it's something that I've had on my mind since I was like in middle school. And this is something that I've always wanted to do. And for me, it's just been very hard because I will try to give most of myself to like family, to the daily routine that I have, and to just make that work. And I try to decompress by doing social things like with other people. I'm not saying I go out all the time, but I'm saying that like I try to distract myself even though I don't enjoy the distractions. Do you know what I mean? And so I feel like for me, that's like the biggest obstacle, like having to just realize, like, okay, like I don't need to distract myself with things that I don't even like doing. You know, I don't even enjoy this. And then a part of me is kind of like broken apart because it's like maybe the things that I think I want to do, the goals that I want, are probably not even aligned with me because you know why? Like, I am having such a tough time when I do break free from the distractions to actually do what I want to do. And on a psychological level, that might be something that I need to get professional help for. You know what I mean? But I strongly do believe that it's something else that I need to get to. And it's not like I'm not working towards my goals. I am on that path and I'm taking my time with it. But I feel like these realizations and these epiphanies that I have, especially during this time right now because we're going through and we will be going through a solar eclipse. It's like, it's pointing towards all of that, you know what I mean? And I'm extremely grateful. I'm extremely grateful, and um, it takes a long time to realize things. For some people, it's very quickly, but for me, I'm someone who has to, whether I'm invited somewhere or I'm thinking about doing something or I'm feeling some sort of way, I have to let that emotion pass for at least a day. I need to sleep on it. I literally need to go to sleep. And then the next day, I can think about, like, okay, I was thinking this yesterday. Do I really want to do that? You know, and then it's like a yes or a no. Um, and it's like a whole thing having to do with like human design and everything. I don't know, I've been really into that lately. And on a grand scale, yeah, like all that stuff affects me. And I just feel like I don't want to let it completely take me over, because you know, you don't ever want to stick to one realm of thought for too long, because that's just not good for you. You know, I would rather have like a lot of different theories and ideas coming in at once and meshing in with each other, so that I can just have a more nuanced perspective on things and ideas that I have coming in. Because, or like taking people at, I like to take people at face value, but also think like, oh, there's a whole other person behind them that I don't know about, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just, that's kind of what I'm thinking of right now. I kind of just wanted to ramble and talk about those things, but there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of things that I have planned, a lot of ways that my life is transforming, and I feel like I am so old but so young at the same time. And there's a lot of different things that I want to do, and I just don't want to hear the outside noise, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear the outside noise, and trying my best to focus on what I want to literally manifest into this world. Because it's kind of eerie to think that you are the main character of your life, but you really are. You know, you think about like when you get like a promotion, or when you get like something really good in your life, it's kind of like, wow, like this happened for me. I did this. I put my thought energy into like my goal, and I got it. You know, I really got it. I was relentless towards it. And something else that I've been like kind of noticing is like moving the, what's that called? Like moving the flag post. I've noticed that every single time that I've achieved something, I had never given myself the time to be like, oh wow, like I achieved that, like good job, congratulations. You know, it was always like, okay, you did this. Okay, but like there's other people who have reached the next level, so you can't really celebrate right now. You still got work to do. You know, yeah, you might have reached this level, but you cannot celebrate yourself yet. You gotta go on to the next level, and then maybe you can like celebrate yourself. You know, you can celebrate yourself once you're at the top. And it's like, no, you know? And it takes a lot for me to say like no. Like I don't want to admit that like, yeah, like I should celebrate myself for where I'm at right now, but like you should. You should give yourself kudos, and you should actually think like, if I can make it to where I'm at now, which takes a lot of work, wherever you're at, you know, like you can definitely make it to the next level. It's just going to require you to push yourself in a way that you did not think of. You know, it's a lot different than what it took you to get here than what it takes you to get there. So it's probably an easier way to think about it. And you probably have to do something that you have not wanted to do in a really long time, or that you have never done before. And I feel like things can get really muddled when you're like, okay, does the effort I have to put into something and what I think I want, like something creative. Let's say you want to do like a traditional career versus something creative. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, do I want to do a traditional career and something creative together, or do I want to do one or the other, you know? When really for me right now, it's kind of like, why don't I just kind of like do both at the same time? And we'll just see where it takes me. And that's kind of the way I'm thinking about it right now, because it's like, if my intuition is not clear enough for me to be like, okay, just stick to this one thing and just put your all in 100% into it, just being creative, then what if I miss out on something that I didn't even try? You know what I mean? What if I didn't even try to get my next promotion in my life? Promotion, I just mean whatever it is that you want to do. So it's me rambling. It's been 15 minutes of rambling, but that's what I'm thinking about. I hope that everyone has a great season. It's just what I've been thinking about. But yeah, have a great night.